Making gains in the bull market. Making gains in the bull market. Yeah. Retire with 100x. Welcome people to the Church of Suppotology. Here with me, Father Suppoman. With what I believe to be, if you actually miss this video, there's no hope for you, okay? This video is the video that you need to see if you are wanting to retire with cryptocurrency earnings. And why? Because I, myself, can do it right now if I want to, right? But I have this mission where I want to help you do it. So, don't miss this video. It is going to be a cracker. It is going to be one of the best videos I think you could possibly see from the Suppoman. So, if you are wanting to learn everything the Suppoman knows to make you rich, like I made myself rich, then make sure that you smash that like up with vigor, subscribe, because no other YouTuber can show you how to do this, because I did it completely self-made without, you know, whatever they're doing to essentially be able to build their wealth, i.e. taking paid reviews. I did it through investing, and investing well. So, I want to impart that to you so that you are best placed to make gains for your future, secure your future, and essentially be completely made for life. So, with that being said, let's get on with the show. So, let's see who we have in the house. And I know it's a late one. I know it's a late one. Saeed is number 1. Then Jimmy, James, Bitcoin, Sol, Box Prodigy, Renee Stock, Inia Glasson, Glinbert, Chuck, Ed Hardy, Lindsay, Canna Startup, Alan the Warrior, Babek, Escoda Boss, Ali, Mike Freeman, Patrick Stocks in the house, Mr. Procopio, Chuck, Mike Freeman, Zarluck Support, Crypto7, Rob Dobson, Tanya, Brian, Chris, Pets A, Adil, Mo7End, The Godfather's back. Thank you very much. Noreen Anderson, sorry. Missoula, Mbata Virus, Richard, McDuffus, Lisa Marie. Excellent to see you here. Super, please describe something as shy. I dare say I will in this video, so you will not be disappointed. So let me just tweet this out to ye old Twitterverse so that everybody can join the fun if there are people still awake, of course. Wait, come on. Done and done. Oh, wait, hold on. No, it's not quite done. Right, now it is done. Right, okay. So, where are we at? So, the gamble didn't pay off, I'm afraid. In fact, the gamble didn't pay off twofold. So, number 1, there was no greater crash. It didn't go down to below 49,000. Yes, I was hoping for it, you know, because I knew it was going to come up. But I was hoping for it before it came up. And of course, yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video where I was showing you my top 5 dip coins, I showed you the prices I was looking to get in there. I was very honest about the fact that I hadn't bought them. And, yeah, that I hadn't bought them, first of all. And then number 2 is what a price I was looking to buy them. And then they ran away because everybody just bought them up, right? Like, regardless of the fact that Bitcoin was still in the early 50s, it got bought the F up, right? So Labs yesterday was 5 cents. It has basically 2x'd in a day. It's basically 2x'd. This was my number 1, right? This was my number 1. I wanted this at 4 cents. You just didn't let me have it, did you? Anyway, never mind. So Labs, massive improvement today. Economite, an improvement, but not massive. What else did we talk about? Tidal, that's gone down like predicted. Now that has now gone under the micro cap criteria. So this is now under 50 million, I believe. And now I think it's 49 million. So it's now micro cap. I am kind of subjectively happy psychologically with that. Was there? Oh yeah, there were more, but they are not on here. Right. Anyway, so oh yeah, BSC pad. I bought BSC pad anyway, right? So it went down to 384, I think, today, and I bought some. Right. It didn't go down to 350, but it was enough. Right. So, yeah. But at least you can trust in Suppo's picks, because look how they've done. Anyway, so the reason why I'm bringing you this today, because it looks like, you know, well, hold on. Actually, I didn't actually bring up this important data. So, despite the fact Bitcoin is up, therefore the money flow has gone more into Bitcoin today, which typically takes it more down towards Bitcoin season. Despite that, we're in 78. So the market is just geared. April, what did I tell you like a couple of weeks ago? April is geared to be the big altcoin month. Right? Big. So, I want you to make the most of that. Now, why am I bringing this video to you today? Well, because of this, right? So, if you are a follower of old, you know, kind of 2018, 2019 days, then you would have seen that I spoke about BitMax literally at the very beginning of its journey, like the day it came out. I said, get this, and it was 1 cent at the time. In fact, I think it came out to about 2 cents, I think it came out at. But it then did go down to 1 cent. Now, if you're a mathematician, then you will know that this is essentially a 257x. This is my all-time second best to Ethos. Ethos was 320. This is 260. Getting multipliers like that is not easy. Right? But it can be done, and it will be done if you follow what I am going to tell you now. Right? Because I'm going to give you an education that thousands of people would pay millions for. All right? They would pay millions for. And I'm giving it to you for free. So, I am going to do it in, and by the way, I will take super chats, etc. I will take them more towards the end. So let me just have a look. Oops. Pen's gone. So I'm going to take whatever you guys have actually been super chatting me, just so I know not to miss it. Oh, Frogdow. If you're wondering if I got into it, no, I didn't. PPay. IDO Launchpad. Okay, so that was it, I believe. So, contact the team, requested Suppo Frog NFT, staking tomorrow. The team knows the card starter team as well. Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, so look, as we're talking, it is now officially a 260x. People, it can be done, and I'm going to show you exactly how it can be done, okay? So, you will have seen some of this before, but I am going to give you a new spin on it, okay? So, do not go away. Do not go away. Okay, so let me just make sure that actually, yes. Right, okay. So how do you make a 100x, people? Right, because it can be done. All right, and I'm gonna essentially give you the tactics of how to do it. Right, so I have already explained to you what my criteria is, and my criteria is exactly why I pinpointed BitMax and Ethos and Matic and Phantom and Icon and what else? There was another one. I can't remember. I always forget the fifth over 100x. But anyway, right? So this is what you need to do. So you need to invest in something between 500k and 3 million. Now, you may say to me, well, Suppoman, you've told me this before. Right. So the big boom right now, which is going on right now, and I've just literally had it in a super chat, is launch pads. Okay, I tried to bring this to you yesterday with BSC pad, right? Now there's Polka Starter, there's BSC pad, there's Duck Starter, there's DAO Maker, there's quite a few, right? And you need to get into them. Like, it's an investment, right? So, you know, a lot of you in the main will not be able to make friends with a venture capitalist. Okay, you won't be able to know somebody from Pantera, or somebody from Fembushi, or somebody from even Morningstar Ventures. You're just not going to be able to know who they are, right? So the only way that you can be like the smart money and essentially have the same kind of opportunity as them is to get into launch pads. Okay, now it costs a lot of money in some cases. So for instance, with Polka Starter, what's that? About about $10,000 minimum BSC pad, blah blah blah. But the point I'm trying to make is that you don't have to necessarily get into the ones that are trending now, right? I gave you Polka Starter at 20 cents, so it gave you the opportunity to get into it early, and BSC pad the same. Like I was videoing the launch, so there's always going to be another one. There is always another train. So Plasma Pay is the newest one that is having a launch pad, and there's going to be more. Bondly as well. There's quite a few having a launch pad. So even the newer ones. So you need to get into these because this puts you on a nearly even keel. Now, with venture capitalists, they are able to get into a lot of these private sales with bigger allocations, right? That's just a law of life because of who they're connected to, the amount of wealth they're connected to. But in order to be able to achieve this, because yesterday we got convergence, right? Yesterday we got convergence at, 20, anything from $25 to $29 million. Which is brilliant because today it's now 60 million or something, or even more than that, like 70 million. And so we've made a good 3x in some cases. But we made that 3x long after 15x's had already been made on this. And so although it is an investment, getting involved in a launchpad, it will be completely outperformed. So your investment your investment will be outperformed by the gains you will make with these launch pads. So it almost makes it a little bit of a necessity to get into them so that you are able to get into multiple. So think about it. Once you're at a certain tier to be able to participate in IDOs, you're at that tier forever. You've got that amount of tokens. Doesn't matter what happened. You are at that tier. You get an allocation. You need to be able to, in order to be able to get into the most promising coins, because yes, you can go down CoinMarketCap, you can go to page 12 and look at all the 500k to 3 million cryptocurrencies, but a lot of them don't have venture capitalists. A lot of them are never going to achieve 100x. They'll probably achieve quite a big multiplier just purely because we're in a bull market. But you need to be where the smart money is. You need to be investing where the smart money is. Now, I was able to get into BitMax because I've got friends in the venture capitalist space. But luckily, the price went down of BitMax so that everybody could have gotten in at my price, even lower than my price. So that can happen. But you need to be in where the smart money is. And then when you've got that little allocation, which they are little, then you can build on it afterwards. Then you can dollar cost average it. But you need to get that initial allocation. So you need to start off from this point. So for instance, with Convergence Finance, getting into it yesterday at 30 million, let's say, as a roundabout figure, right? If that explodes to 3 billion, then that is in essence a 100x. Okay? If you were able to get into a big position at that point. But if it only ever goes up to 300 million, which is still quite high, then your chances of being able to make greater than 100x existed before. So you need to be able to be on an even keel with venture capitalists to an extent and be able to get into these very, very early. And this is what my tactic is. So I am going to be doing this. I am going to be essentially getting into every launchpad I can, personally. Because, yes, I do have venture capitalist friends, but the allocations that they're given are so small that there's not necessarily a slice for me. And there hasn't been one for about 3 years, okay? So, I am like you. I have got to get into it too. So, I am going to be investing in this because there is money to be made, people. So what else? You need to be investing in the cryptocurrencies that have got one big VC and 3 mid-tier VCs. And I'm going to show you all of those VCs very, very shortly. So you know the level that you have to be at, the level that the cryptocurrency has to be at in terms of attracting the big money, so that you know big money is going to follow this project. Now, it's got to be 1+ big VC. 2 is more ideal. Of course, the more you have, the better the moon scenario. But you should have at least 1 big VC and 3 mid-tiers. So when I got into BitMax, they had Fenbushi. They were the only ones. Okay, and then they had 3 mid-tiers, but Fenbushi were the only ones. Same with Linear. Linear had NGC. They were the only ones. And then they had 3 mid-tiers. They had GBV, a few others, LD and CMS. So you need to make sure that these cryptocurrencies contain this level of VC. Now, narratives are very, very important. Okay, so narratives is what enables your cryptocurrency to have longevity. All right, so, for instance, right, people who bought NFT cryptocurrencies over the last 2 years are now benefiting more so than anybody buying NFTs now. You've got to look for current but also future-proof narratives, ones that may not have started yet, or ones that have like a mainstream adoption element to it, like NFTs does. And if you saw the future potential in that, then you would have been able to get into Engine earlier and a lot of the other cryptocurrencies earlier. Now, Ecomi, which everybody shills on in the chat, essentially people are always asking me about shilling that. Now, I had an opportunity to get into that pre-sale and I didn't. You all know the story, right? This is why I never take the super chats on it, because I got into it at pre-sale. I didn't take it because there was a problem with that particular pre-sale, and it burnt me. I was like, I'm not going to get involved in it because I need to be careful with my money. But that was 2 years ago when Ecomi actually first released, right? And then as a surprise, this January it was like, oh, it's there somehow, and I hadn't heard the name in 2 years. So, but I saw the potential in Ecomi straight away. I thought that's got mainstream adoption kind of written all over it. So you need to have an eye. You need to develop that eye, which comes with working, which comes with researching. And if it's a new cryptocurrency, then you need to invest in something that is future-proof. If it's an existing, so N equals new and E equals existing, then it should have a minimum of a 5-to-1 ratio from market cap to actual trade volume, right? Because that shows you that there's initial relevance. If you're going much lower than that, you are increasing your risk. Then the pain. What are they solving? What is the value proposition? Ideally, it should be mass adoption worthy. It should be making the ability to transact, or the ability to invest, or the ability to do such and such easier and better for the masses. Okay, so something like, I don't know, PancakeSwap makes the ability to invest in, in Binance cryptocurrencies or any cryptocurrencies for virtually zero, compared to something like Uniswap, which costs you $60, $70, $80 just to invest, and half the time you lose the transaction. So it needs to be in something mass adoption worthy. Now, the reason I got into BitMax was because I saw that BitMax were going to be very selective on who they allowed on the platform, which meant that they had exclusivity on new projects, which meant that as a new investor or as a investor wanting to make the better gains, they needed to get involved in these new trendy cryptocurrencies before the other exchanges had them. So I saw that BitMax had that potential, and they still have it. 2 years on, they still are listing like Oxygen, like defi, and there's another one coming up very, very soon, which is exclusive to BitMax. So I saw that opportunity early on. Same with Ethos. Nearly 4 years ago, I invested in Ethos, and it's still like doing incredibly well. In fact, the other day, Ethos, or Voyager as it's now called, was actually ahead of Coinbase for downloads, right? Because I saw it had mass adoption qualities in terms of being a fiat on-ramp and lower fees and all that kind of thing. So anyway, yes, so it has to be something that people feel, and it has to be something that makes life better. Okay, so that's what you need to be looking for. And then for you to have longevity, so for instance, BitMax is 200x, like literally 2 weeks ago it was 100x for me, now it's 260x. Why? Because they got a long roadmap, they've got an experienced team, and they had an MVP to start with. Like, they had something to start with. They were at 1 cent, but they had an exchange and they had cryptocurrencies on it already. So that shows you that that is basically mitigating risk. You don't really ideally want to be investing in something that has an idea. If they've got no working product, then you're increasing the risk, because that working product may end up being shit. Look at Wanchain, for instance. Okay, the promise of Wanchain back in 2018 was just so major. The promise was major. It was going to be the big thing. Essentially, Wanchain was DeFi 3 years ago. But they fucked up. They fucked up big time. They came out at the wrong time. The product they ended up bringing out was rubbish. Okay, it's kind of okay now, but, you know, there's so much stuff now that they're just competing with it and nobody even cares about them anymore. So you need to make sure that they have a good working product, they're unique, and they're a first mover. All right, so anyway, so let's move on now to narratives. Okay, so let me just take you through a very brief history of what the narratives were, and this allows you to essentially engineer this so that you can invest in the best things moving forward. So the initial narrative was Bitcoin. This brought decentralization to the world. It was this new thing where governments, economic constraints like inflation and COVID and interest rates and what have you cannot affect the currency, right? It is not controlled and it's not manipulated and it's not minted by any central party, right? So it introduced a digital cash that was decentralized. Then Ethereum came in, and this was building on top of cash, and essentially it was giving technology. It was giving an operating system for dApps to be built. And this is what enabled, in 2017-18, for the ICO boom, which was new industries, utility tokens, scaling solutions, Ethereum competitors, which a lot of them still operate on Ethereum tokens. But anyway, it opened that up. Now we are in a situation where things have moved on, right? Now we're not looking for promises anymore. We are looking for actual products and highly technologically advanced products. So DeFi and NFTs are the current narrative. It kind of started last year with NFTs, but definitely started last year with DeFi, and who knows where it's going to lead on to. It allows people to be their own bank. It allows people to get high yields, which they weren't able to do. And it allows people to make and buy digital collectibles and even display them. You know, like people can go and they can look at your your collectibles. They can go and look at them on a wall or whatever through Terra Virtua. And it's all it's all excellent, you know. But for the future, you need to be investing in future-proof trends. So you need to be looking at the Polkadot ecosystem, the Binance Smart Chain, and you need to be looking at platforms which are enabling fast speed with zero fees. Okay, so incredibly fast settlement and zero fees. You also should be looking towards other ecosystems as well. So Cosmos, Avalanche, Harmony, whatever, or Hashgraph, all of these different ecosystems for future-proof projects, because all of these have come out, like these ecosystems have come out in essence to build a better world, right? And then STOs, that again is the future of the cryptocurrency ecosystem. It's been threatened for a while, but now it's actually becoming something. All right, so you need to be investing in these kinds of things. So as far as narratives go, so some of the ones that we've been looking at very, very recently. So Cellframe, for instance, fits into the speed, the Polkadot, the fast ecosystems, low cost. That is future-proof. Convergence and Labs, both same thing. Security tokens. Look at how they've taken off. Like and that they are that's for the future. Like this is when Engine started to take off a few years ago. Like it then became a bit stale, but now look at it. It's like it's 100x from the point it was two or 3 years ago. Right? So it's going to be a point you need to invest in the future. Don't be looking at dog shit and think you're going to make 100x. Yes, you might make it by fluke sometimes, but if you are looking to make long-term quality investments, you need to be investing in things that are high quality, are from good projects, have stable teams, active teams, a good MVP, and essentially all of the criteria in my last video. So who are the venture capitalists? Okay, so these are who the top tier are. All right, so when you are looking for one big venture capitalist, you need to make sure that it is one of these. Okay, so the big eight, as I always call them, are as follows. So Pantera, NGC, Fenbushi, FBG, GBIC, Polychain, Andreessen Horowitz, and Arrington XRP. If you've got a top quality project on your hands, they will have one of these. Like they will not let a fantastic investment go without having an allocation. Yeah, they just won't. All right, and you've seen how bullish I am. When I see something I really want, I am going to go for an allocation. Like I really have to have it. Yeah, and I am like small potatoes. These guys are used to getting what they want. If they want a bit, they'll have a bit. And so therefore, you see a lot of projects that have got the mid tiers, which I'm going to be talking about. But if they've got the big ones, then you know big money is going to be following these. So this is the list, the definitive list. And there's two more. There is Coinbase Ventures, and then there's Binance Labs. Pretty sure you can see that. So these are not typical crypto VCs. However, they are the biggest retail exchanges. You know, Coinbase and Binance are the biggest retail exchanges, both crypto and fiat. And these guys have such enormous power that although they're not VCs, they have the ability to list a coin on their site. Coinbase has so much power, and so has Binance. So if they are invested, then you can almost guarantee there's going to be a Coinbase and Binance listing. And look at Matic, right? So Matic, straight away, when I looked at it and I saw they had Binance and Coinbase, and I told you this right at the beginning too. As soon as I saw they had Coinbase and Binance, basically they had Coinbase and Binance listings written all over it. And look what happened. They're on both. They only just got onto Coinbase, but it happened, right? Now you got to think about how these exchanges act. They aren't just going to list it straight away. That's just blowing your load straight away. They have to let it get tested. They have to be making money, and then they add it when they know that there's another jump in price that they can benefit from. All right, but these are the 10 you need to be aware of. What are the mid-10s? Okay, these are the ones that come up more popularly, and these are ones that are decent in quality as well. So the mid-10 VCs are as follows. So Kinetic, Alameda Research, Genesis Block or GBV that you'll see on the website, Moonwhale, LD Capital, 3 Commas, Paradigm, AU21, CMS Holdings, and X21. These are the better ones, right? You will see that some have been relegated because I have seen the performance, and obviously I kind of do analysis on the performances of various VC-backed cryptocurrencies, and these are the ones that are very selective, and they tend to have the big hits. All right, so these are the mid-tier VCs. You see these more often, and if there are 3 of these involved in the project, so let's say, for instance, Alameda, Genesis Block, CMS, or AU21 CMS, Genesis Block, or LD Moonwell, X21, then you've got some quite successful VCs in it. They're not the best, but they're looking to be the best. They are looking to move to the big 8. And then we have got the low 10s. Okay, these you see more, and these have a hit and miss. They're kind of like, I'd say 6 out of 10 are big hits. Maybe even less. 5 out of 10 are big hits. So you got Spark Digital Capital, Woodstock, Morningstar, Master Ventures, Hashed, Delta Hub, TRG, M&A, Vendetta, and Moonrock. So I've been tracking who these guys invest in, and they are way less selective, but they tend to go for narratives. They don't necessarily tend to focus on pain points. They go for narratives. So Polkadot being a narrative, they'll go into that. It doesn't give a shit what the thing does. They don't care how crap it is. They will go into it because it's almost a guaranteed 10x if it goes on Polka Starter. right? So they don't care about vision, and typically, they don't tend to move after it's done its initial spike. So you will notice these guys don't have the best, but if you've got a combination across the whole spectrum, let's say 1 or 2 big VCs, 3 mid VCs, and if you've got 4 low VCs, then there's a nice spread that is guaranteeing money is going into that. But if you've only got like low tens, you're reducing the chances of 100x, but that doesn't mean you can't get 100x. It's better than having no VCs. So people, that is what you needed to know today. So bear with me. And that is what enables these 100 to 200x's or more. Now, I'm going to be holding on to Bitmax. I've got 2.2 million Bitmax tokens, okay, which today translates to around about, oh God, don't even know, but a lot of money anyway. So the point I'm trying to make is that, like, I don't, just on this one coin, all I invested in this was like 20,000, I think I invested in this. Just one coin. Now, if you think about how many coins you've invested in the course of your crypto life cycle, you may have invested in quite a broad spectrum using about 20k, right? So this was just 20k, and it just prints money consistently. Same as Linear, same as Matic. It just prints money. You have essentially, if you invest in the right things using the criteria I've just shown you, if you invest in the right things, it's basically current narrative, great pain point, got the VCs, perfect buy price, then you've basically bought a money printing machine. That's how you've got to think of it. You've got to try and buy money printing machines. Now, one of the reasons why I come online every day is because I, as well as you, want to find these money-making machines, okay? So I analyze them, I go through, I use the criteria I've just shown you, and I essentially cross-reference that criteria against every opportunity so that I can make sure that these things have the potential to have a slam dunk, to be a slam dunk, right? So essentially that's why I do it. That's why I come to Team Suppo as the congregation, essentially to provide coins that enables me to see, okay, I'm not looking at them because I've never seen them, but actually, because there's 8,000 and there's going to be 10,000 in the next few months, which ones have the potential to moon that nobody really knows about. So anyway, now that I have done that, now we can do what we do best. So we can now have a look at these cryptocurrencies that you have that you can suggest to me, and there's a few I want to actually talk about in this video too. So Polka Locker, Fbox, and Plasma Pay. So Plasma Pay, I brought you, I think it was sometime in January I brought this to you. Now, I was looking through one of my Telegram forums where I was able to see, oh, hold on, wrong phone, where I was able to see that they are bringing out a launch pad. So bear with me actually, will it be on their Medium? Let's have a look. Plasma Swap. So there, you can see that, when I brought you this, it was what? It doesn't have the market cap. I think it was about 3 million, 2 million, 3 million, something like that. And now it's multiple millions, and it's going to be more because it's kind of got a mass market approach, paying micro payments, app that makes crypto spendable, and then also it's now got these new features because they are built for the mass market of Plasma Swap, and then they have got the launchpad coming. So Plasma Finance has announced a new IDO platform, Plasma Spaceport. new platform to launch new tokens. Fair sale mechanism. So there we are. So you need to be getting involved in these. Long story short, as well as having the criteria, you need to be kind of getting involved, because a lot of people in Team Suppo, thankfully, have been able to get into some of these. Another one to consider is this one, CoinList. So CoinList has recently done, CoinList has recently done Casper. I don't know if I can get in without... No, I can't get in without actually logging in. But anyway, they recently did Casper, and they are going to be doing the token sale for Mina Protocol. And Mina Protocol is it looks like a surefire slam dunk. So it's marketing perfectly. Like, it's actually like addressing one of the biggest problems, which is kind of, blockchain sizes, blockchain speed, blockchain efficiency. They are looking to create the world's lightest blockchain. So this is one that when I looked at, I had an immediate positive reaction to. And I personally feel that this one's going to be a massive hit. And you're going to be able to get into this with CoinList. But what I would recommend you do, people, if you haven't yet, is actually join the Team Suppo Telegram chat, which is t.me/Suppo chat. Join it, because it has become increasingly brilliant in there. A great span of investors, retail investors, that are working like the smart money whale investors and institutional investors, and are getting into the big things. Anyway, so let's now get back to you guys and have a look what you guys have been asking. Bear with me. Need to catch up with the chat. Okay, can't do that there. Let me try and do it via computadore. So PPay announced its own IDO launchpad. Okay, so I've covered that one. FDD FrogDAO. I contacted the team. So let me have a look and see how FrogDAO are doing. So FrogDAO yesterday came up as a... oh, by the way, people, if you could smash up ye old likes. If you enjoyed what you just heard and feel way more prepared now to take on cryptocurrency, like all guns blazing, because this is another reason why I'm doing a video every day, because the money is there. It's there to be made. And you need to approach this market all guns blazing. You got to be hungry. You got to go for it, because... maybe in 7 months, maybe not in 7 months or 8 months. Market's going to bull market's going to come to an end, and it could go back to being a bear market again, or at least not being favourable to a buying atmosphere. So it may not be a full scale 90% drop in everything, but people may not be wanting to buy, and prices may go down, and people may be exhausted through the bull market. So yes, so you need to approach it with hunger. You've got to go for it while you can. There's a new project every day. And this is why I like to come online, because I want to make sure that I am uncovering the new projects with you. So what is it? FDD. And this one came up yesterday, which is essentially a Cardano launchpad. Let's see how this one's doing. How is Convergence doing, actually? Wow. Wow! Look at that, 21 cents! That is supreme. People, that may have been the easiest kind of 4x nearly. That's insane. Anyway. Thank you for that, Angie. You're the one that actually highlighted it for me. So FDD now has gone right down to $4.43. I think the thing is with FDD, it doesn't look as if they've got any venture capitalists. However, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to front run this narrative of Cardano launchpads, Cardano incubators, and essentially like they'll be top of mind when the mainnet goes live and when there are actual projects to number 1 is labs, and number 4 is convergence, number 2 is blind box, number 10 is e-box. Bloody hell. Anyway, yeah, so they look like they're trying to be top of mind when Cardano mainnet goes live. So this could be a good investment, just purely from I suppose from an early investment point of view. I don't actually know what the metrics are. All I know is that this went to about $7.50 during my live stream yesterday. Okay, next question. And I may be quite far behind, by the by. Suppo, please check out Shake. Could you look at... I looked at Share Network yesterday. I'm not going to look at it again. But I will look at PayB Swap. Okay, let's have a look at Shake then. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. This one. 1.8 mil. 3 to 1. Fucking ridiculous. Space Swap app. So how long has this been around? It's been around like 5 months. DeFi platform, NFT stars. See, this is slightly misleading because partners would make it seem like, you know, they're working in tandem with them, whereas they're probably just utilizing their thing. But is this not, like, Space Swap, is that not milk? Like, is it not that? Like, I don't understand what is the difference between that. Yeah, milk too. Okay, that looks slightly sus in my opinion. PayB Swap. Let's have a look at that then. Also, tell me if it's actually listed, or like if you're wanting me to look through something, tell me if it's actually listed or if it's like off-site. So I have to look for it on, what's it called? Right, here we are. PayB Swap Finance. Automated market maker. I can probably tell you this is going to be naff. Oh no, maybe not. Binance and Polkadot. So this is a pre-sale. 2.5 cents. See, look. On one hand, you've got 2 to 11. And as they get closer to actually listing, now they've got 17,202.90. 9,408, 78, 700. Oh, that's Binance. And then they've got 10, 2.6k, and 1.1k. How many people have they got in their Telegram? What? Okay, well, let's have a look at this. I may be being very, very judgmental, because there have been a lot of Binance AMMs. They've been a bit boring. Cross-chain automated market maker, yield farming and NFT marketplace on Binance Smart Chain. So it's Binance Smart Chain powered by Polkadot. Features liquidity farming inspired by related projects such as Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap. Paybe Swap is a pretty terrible name, I've got to say. Reduced cost, secure, 100% transparent. They're working well on their website. Their website gives the indication that it's half decent. Connect MetaMask, Ethereum, Bolts, Tron. So it's basically cross-chain liquidity and yield farming. Neo, Polkadot, Chinese team. They don't appear to have any venture capitalists. So let me have a look. What's it called? It's called... Not say it. Paybe Swap. Nope. So that automatically gets rejected. But Seer Network, you know, if you weren't able to see yesterday's video, I'll just have a quick... I'll just show you quickly kind of what I'm alluding to and why you need to be part of these sales. So I imagine this will be Polkadot. Look, they are backed by literally the creme de la creme. So they have got, from what you saw in my presentation, so Binance, Arrington, Fenbushi, NGC. So they've got 4 of the most influential VCs. And they've got Kinetic, LD, AU21. So that's 3, I think, of the mid tier. And then they've got Woodstock, Spark as the others. And then they've got some exchanges as well. So they've got OKX, Gate.io. So you can pretty much be assured this is going to go on OKX, Gate.io, and Binance. So this is a slam dunk. Okay, this is a slam dunk. This, if you could get into this, it's starting cap, and I don't think that it's even on Polka Starter yet. But if you were able to get into this, even if it's like $300 or $500 or whatever, then, you know, you basically got a share in something that's going to be absolutely huge, and then you just dollar cost average the rest, add more share of it. But this is exactly what you need to be buying. This exact template. Cellframe, I don't think they have a launch pad as such. Oh, SpaceSwap will launch a launch pad. 2 million market cap. Give dark matter a look. How can us in the US do it? Moving to Dubai or... The thing is that token sales you can't. The way you do it in the US is either through a friend that you can trust that lives in another country, who will do the verification for you. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend any other ways. People may say a VPN. I won't recommend it, but that's another way. And yeah, or waiting till it comes out on the exchange and hopefully, you know, that cryptocurrency then tanks, or there is some form of dip. Like, for instance, Convergence came out at the perfect time yesterday, and a launch could come out like that, and then you get into it. Basically, how I got into Convergence, essentially. I didn't get in at IDO stage, but I bought as soon as it came out when it was at a very low price. So that's how you do it in the US. And luckily, with the advent of Pancake Swap and Uniswap, and hopefully with version 3 coming out, then you've got the ability to buy anything there. You must get into KPAD, partner DuckDAO and Araya Protocol. Next big launchpad just launched on Pancake Swap today. Let me have a look at that. KPAD. Kickpad. Where have I seen this? Is it on is it on here? Yeah, there it is. See ya. Have they got any token metrics? No, so it's $2 roughly. 37 million 37 million trade volume. Let me have a look see if I can find out ASAP. As you know, I am immensely fast at being able to find data. Hold on. I just get my Suppo spies. 15290,242. So I think this is a 30 million market cap. $30 million with 37 what's it called, 37 trade volume. So the trade volume exceeds the market cap. But how has this performed? So the low was 97 cents, so 97 would have been, well, 15, wouldn't it? 15 mil. So that would have been better. Anyway, so let's have a look at this then. Let's see if we can... The kickpad.com. They've got a .com. That's pretty cool. Not sure I like the at the beginning. It's like the Facebook or something stupid. Let me have a look and see if these guys have got any vintage capitalists. Kickpad. That sounds so cool. Kickpad. No results. Okay. No pools for this category want to be listed. So DEX. IDO platform, quality DeFi projects, either stake or hold Kickpad. Guaranteed allocations in sales, IDO launchpad and incubator. What is the ecosystem they concentrate on? That is the question. This Kickpad might actually be pretty good, actually. Need to understand what the tiers are, if they have tiers. That guarantees you an allocation. DeFi Safer, IDO Launchpad and Incubator. Oh, platform. So pre-sale liquidity locking platform for Binance Smart Chain only, essentially. Binance Smart Chain. So BSC Pad at the moment, they have got all these different tiers. Now the ones that are the best, Platinum, 10,000. So I bought a load today, people, just for full, and I paid more than I wanted to, but not much more. So how's Cellframe doing? Is it really 519? Yeah, it is 519. That could be a good entry point for some. It has been as low as 426. BSC Pad. So BSC Pad is roughly the same bloody market cap as Kickpad, and yet we know that BSC Pad have been providing high quality projects so far. So it almost justifies the cost. 444. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's the difference. They're not far different, and that's still got really high volume. So anyway, yeah. So we need to have a look at these tiers. But anyway, yeah. So going back to BSC Pad, so these allow you to have a guaranteed allocation, but you have to do stuff like for the whitelist. You've got to get whitelisted at these two levels. So you've got like, comment, retweet, and all that junk. So 1,000. So that is in essence what, $4,000, $4,400. Yeah, and then gold, which is in essence what's that? 20k, 20k. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's have a look and see the allocations for Kickpad. Because this may be quite important. And the thing is that launchpads are now the new ICO. Like, these are ones that you want to get into. Like, I see how I see this space is actually improving is you had Polka Starter first, which made it still quite hard. So it's like a lottery system with Polka Starter. BSC Pad, although it's not Polka Starter projects, is allowing you to get into really good Binance projects, and over time they're just going to start getting better. Maybe less of the tiers and more of a guaranteed allocation, and then there's going to be launchpads for all of the various ecosystems. But what is most important is quality of project. You could have a guaranteed allocation for Kickpad, but if they bring out shitcoins, you're stuffed. Anyway, pre-sale. Let me just see if I can fast forward this. No, they don't have tiers. To make it fair as possible for holders, they will integrate a pool weight score which determines how much allocation you receive. Pool weight depends on how many KPAD tokens you stake. And then public rounds. So there's two rounds. There's private and public. And the more interactive you are with it, the more you're likely to get in private rounds. That seems pretty cool. DeFi has become synonymous with rug pull scams. Investors are left penniless. Kickpad mitigates the risk of a rug pull scam. The smart contracts and sales factories ensure automatic add and lock liquidity onto exchanges. This simple fix forces sellers to have their funds and liquidity locked for a specified duration of time. Investors can comfortably invest in pre-sales because they see the liquidity lock duration listed on the pre-sale page. Smart contract establishes a safe investment, unruggable. Good. That solves a pain. But again, what? Native token, membership utility token. So these are the 70% of tokens are sold here. All users who stake X tokens for 7 days will be guaranteed allocation. But what is the actual amount that you need? Initial market cap 611. This is 60x then. In essence. Yeah, it wasn't very clear about tiers and how much you need. Let me just see if I can find that out. Because this information could be... One K, apparently. 1K. Yeah, minimum stake is 1,000 KPAD. And it will be higher allocation the more you stake. Higher, what's it called? Higher weight given the more you are staking. So 1,000 minimum. So that is what at this present time, $2,000. $2,000. So actually, in essence, it's 10 times cheaper. Apparently. Well, not really. I mean, it's more like. It's more like half the price for the bronze, which is the minimum. So, yeah, it seems pretty good. I'm not surprised that's gone up quite big. Convergence future maybe 10x. Oh, easily. Super. I'm a developer on Light. First launchpad incubator on Binance Launchpad. 8.5 million market cap. 22 days old. Up 35x. Deflationary token with positive rebase. Yeah, but on what? On what ecosystem? And which one is it anyway? Is it this one? $8.5 mil PAS, but 22 days old, and it's 20-to-1 ratio, which doesn't sound good. It means nobody really, there's not much demand despite, let's have a look anyway. Could be interesting. The website looks shite. Lightning cycle, lightning squeeze, rebase. Yeah, that looks awful. Right, okay, let me have a look. Have 40,000 K-pad. Jesus. Well done, Carmen, if that is the case. Did all the VCs invest in OneChain? Yeah, it had really good VCs in OneChain. Yes. I don't think it had the creme de la creme, but it had some good ones. Superman, the best streamer. I bought that course on Udemy, loved it. Thank you very much, Tanya. I really appreciate the positive comments. William found made an absurd amount of money in the last few days because of your labs and convergence. Thank you. Sell price for convergence. 100x. 100x. Sky's the limit. I mean, I said that my exit price would probably be about one. What did I say it was? $150. Potentially, but that's only 25x, so it'll probably be more like $3. And I think it's going to really go for it. Oh yeah, apparently Fire Protocol are also going to be doing a launch pad. Let me see if there's any info on that. Fire Starter! What a fucking great name! I'm the fire starter. Twisted fire starter. Anyway, nothing actually there. Let's have a look on Fire Protocol itself. See if it says anything. It's on there for July 2021. And look. X21, Moonwhale, Matic, Unilend, Elrond, Staffy. So, yeah. This was a good one, wasn't it, peeps? This was a good one. How much was it? I think I brought this to you about 20 cents. A lot of them were 20 cents. I think I just remember that as being quite a memorable price that I brought most of these out at. Nacho Crypto Kick Partner Dow. Oh yeah, we've seen it. Thank you though for the 200 R's. If it was 200 R's, I'd be quite not as long as they're not male ones. Super, thank you for the amazing information research. Wow! Mbata virus, that's fucking insane. Also, would you recommend Razor over Happy and Tidal since it's heavily backed? I think Tidal okay, so this is how I see it, okay? So, Happy is a unique oracle. Razor is a Polka starter oracle with great backing, but Happy has more opportunity, in my opinion, because it's more unique and it solves a pain. As for Tidal, there are quite a few insurance protocols now, but this one looks like it's the best that's around. Now, the reaction since this has come out, I foresee that it could drop more, maybe could drop more. 2.91. But I would recommend dollar cost averaging into this. You know, the thing is that, like, I wouldn't go all in any of them because Razor and Happy are in a field that has already got a market leader and an incredible market leader, Chainlink, right? That's not to say it couldn't rise to Chainlink, just like Bitmax could rise to Binance, right? But oracles are less understood than exchanges, for instance. So you and me would not be able to notice the difference, really, in an oracle, right? The only thing that we can notice is what that oracle actually tells us. And Razor appears to be more of a general purpose oracle, whereas Happy is more of a safety and cybersecurity protocol, which is much more needed. And Tidal just is a bigger name, and it came out at a potentially opportune time to get profits. So, but I wouldn't go in heavy. I wouldn't have gone all in on. I probably would have gone in all in on Tidal and Happy, obviously. But as far as like ignoring anything else, like I think that a potential big project is one that has the potential to be the market leader. Hence why, like, Refinable, I think, has the potential to be the market leader as far as NFT marketplaces are concerned. And Chain Guardians has the ability to be the market leader in Engine because it's a less complicated market and you can actually see the tangible differences. Playcent released an update on their NFT marketplace. Look at their Twitter for the recent update. Interesting. God, it's still only 5 mil. But it is 20-1. But I think this will probably do well in the long term. I think it will do well in the long term. Just simply looking at who backs it. Let's have a look. AT&T. Decentralized Wix for dApps, games, NFTs, social tokens. If you were to announce... Okay. Going deeper... This is Ori Pocket. Here we are. We are thrilled to announce the roadmap for NFT Marketplace launch. NFT Marketplace version 1 will be launched on 16th of April. Okay, I think this will be a buy the rumor, sell the news type scenario. So, yeah, so I think this will probably have a build-up between now and then. Oh, shit. Here we are. Inia Glasson. 79 Australian dollars. Thank you very much. Hey, Suppo, I'm away camping and have cracked a beer at 9:30 a.m. God, it's 1 in the morning here. That's insane that the time difference can be so big. My excuses are that I've had an early night last night, plus I've made money in crypto because of you. When was the earliest you have ever cracked a beer? Probably back in my university days, I imagine. Probably around about like 11 or something, 11 a.m. I don't think it's as early as 9:30. Nah, I'm not really that big a drinker, funnily enough. But honestly, Inia, thank you very much for the contribution. You and Mbata Virus, marvellous. I really feel appreciated. What about a Luna? I made mistakes. Let me do a jaw. Paime. Right, okay, so again, This is 20 to 1. Pretty shit. Socials aren't great. This is social trading, right? This Aluna was, I'm pretty sure this was like a Bitmax exclusive. Yeah, I'm just not into these platforms at all. Can you please look into Core? I will do. Check out Walt. Hold on. I just died in your... Mobile has run out of battery. It's literally done a... What's it called? A Patrick stock on me. I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something I ate. Right. Core. Let's have a looky what them. Oh, Curio. Is that what you meant? Curio? It's obviously not curate. I've looked at Curio before, and I think I remember it being shit, because this is like BitCare. I mean, this is a weird one, because BitCar like never worked, and this is kind of like Labs Group, but it being exotic cars. So there are actually exotic cars that appreciate in value. They don't appreciate like properties, but they do appreciate. They're like kind of limited edition, you know, maybe 50 models ever made, maybe like a McLaren Senna or a Lamborghini. Like Harry would know, because he knows his shit when it comes to cars. But anyway, yeah. So this is essentially like Labs Group, but for cars. Did they have any venture keep to this? I do. No, they don't. So anyway, yeah. So you own a fraction of, like, let's say for instance, the Ferrari F12. But I've got experience of Bitcar being dead. That's investor relations. Like, this is basically Bitcar. You know that, yeah? Synonyms. Yeah, but when I looked, I'm pretty sure this had no venture capitalists. Let's have a look, though. Can't hurt to check. Curio Invest. No venture capitalists. But this is very similar to Labs. It is very similar to Labs. And Labs currently is what? This actually pains me to look, so... Doing a Sergio Perez cry there. 65 mil. So it shows you the potential, but it doesn't have any whale backers. Had some more questions. Let me see. Hi Suppo. What do you think about bird money? Should I go heavy? I don't think so. I think bird money's... It's good, but... Let's have a look at bird money. Let me see if anybody... I didn't really see... It didn't. To me, it didn't shout slam dunk at all. Hold on. Nothing. Let me try just looking for bird. No, it doesn't even come up on the app. I'm trying all sorts of different... No, nothing. So, no, essentially, would be my answer to you. Can you check Walt? I have checked Walt. It does not look that good. And also, it's anyway. Hey, Suppo, what is your price prediction for sell frame end of year? The way they're going, sell frame probably is going to be, I would say, could be upwards, because what is it now? Let me just have a quick looky look. Keep forgetting the oh yeah, 9.3 mil. Is it 9.3? What? Hold on. Need to spell correctly. Oh, 12 mil. 12 mil. Is it really 12 mil? Oh, 5.4 mil. 5.4. Apparently. $28 mil. And that is in days. And they're going to keep on going up, I imagine. So I would say... I would say 20x from its current standpoint, safely. Probably more, I would imagine, but 20x safely. Hey, Suppo, what's your thought on Zen now? Been out a couple of days. No different, really. I still don't get credit unions on that bollocks, so it's not really my area. So I can't really... If I don't understand it, then I'm not going to invest in it. But thank you for the contribution, though. Suppo, bless price prediction, please. Angie, you took some profit on convergence. That's good. Well done, you. Well done, you. Nice. I'm not touching it, but that's my personal approach. I never take out any. I don't take out a single thing. It's a very risky game, but no, well done, you though. I'm glad you made a profit. Bless. I don't really want to cover this because I want it to fucking sink. Last I remember it was $2.30. Oh, excellent. Right, okay. So this, I can't remember what the circulating... Bear with me. Yeah, this is to me, I think this is a great NFT project. Really great, you know, because it's a little bit like, if you think about it, it reminds me a little bit of Pokemon, even though Pokemon, in my opinion, were dicks. Because I don't think that they should have... Because apparently they had this egg thing, Pokemon egg, and they said... lucky egg, come claim your lucky egg. And then suddenly in the small print in some obscure place on Medium, it's like, oh, there's only going to be 100 winners. So a load of people spent $15 on gas to have an empty egg, potentially. And I just think that's disgusting. So Pokemon, fuck you. But as far as blind boxes is concerned, essentially it is the same concept. It's like Kinder Surprise. I don't know what you call it in various different countries, but in this country you have something called Kinder Eggs, and inside it is like a toy. You got to eat the egg. It's a chocolate egg with a white inside, inner layer. Anyway, and then you've got a nice little surprise inside. And that is basically this. I love the idea. 5.5 mil tokens. So that makes it 10 mil? 5. $12. No, I've got too many zeros, I imagine. No, I haven't. Yeah, 12 mil. 12 mil. It's still small. I mean, ideally, I'd want it under 10. But I mean, it's a playful project. You know, this... Let me see who was in it. It doesn't always have to have people in it, people, by the way. Like, I use it for confidence. I prefer to get involved in a cryptocurrency that's actually got investors in it. And this is telling me it hasn't got any. Probably a reason for its lack of spikeage and it being 12 million. But I think it's a very novel idea. And it's Binance, so I think it's great. I would have no problem with buying it the way it is. And but I'd like to get it a bit cheaper, ideally. I'd like to get it under $2, ideally. May not, but ideally under $2. The cheaper you get it, people, the more the multipliers. But of course, chasing a cheap price means you sometimes make no fucking multipliers at all. Hence, Labs Group. I learnt my lesson there. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't know about price prediction. Difficult to say. Could do incredibly well. It could also... no, don't say that, Doradus. Don't say it, please. Suppo, you need to look at UBX. Remember Bird Chain? Fucking joke. What was I meant to look at? UBX. Oh yeah. Ubix. Seen it already. Have you checked out Paint? Yeah. It was me that brought out Paint. Like, nobody had covered Paint. I always hate to say it, but I sometimes feel like I need to tell people that the reason I am not looking at it is because it feels like an insult to be asked to look at it when I was the one that actually brought it to prominence. But anyway, never mind. It's not me being cocky. Well, I guess on a sub level it is. Dag. I think Ubix has had a change of website. This is not how it looked last time I saw it. So it's DAG, hybrid, private, public, ecosystem. What? What's the market cap of this? Ubix. Oops. Let me have a look. For it. $10,000 members. It's growing. It's a pump channel. It's got all their memes, but whatever. $1 billion. 1 billion. Apparently. You just check again. Nobody's answering a bloody simple question. 34 billion. 34 billion. Oh, it's going to be more than 34 billion by the end of the year because of an airdrop or something. Apparently it's 34 billion, right? So, how does one express 34? Actually, let me just get the whole thing. So 34 dot 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 times 25 million market cap. So what it looks like it is, if I can find it, let me just get rid of some shit. Oh, I meant to look at this, didn't I? Haven't yet looked. Yeah, so what it looks like is it's trying to be a smart contract based DApp platform with a launch pad. But it seems like novelty. You've got all these things: wallet fund, crypto receipts. I just don't know if I trust it. Oh, it is 34 billion. Look at that. And it's just going up constantly. Masternodes, 9.04%. I don't know. I wouldn't touch this with a barge pole personally. Right. Okay. Have we gotten? If there's no more super chats, which I don't imagine there is. Censurado. Yeah, there's no more super chats. Right. Okay. So let's have a look then at Polka Locker. Right. So this is going to be coming out soon on polkadot, Polka Starter. So let's have a look and see what it is and see if it's worth investing in. So highly customizable escrow for token economies. So if you don't know what escrow is, essentially it's like when you buy something. So let's say it's like trustless buying, right? So let's say you have something I want to buy, right? Then instead of the potential of me sending money and not getting anything in return, which can happen, you use escrow so that you part with the money, the other party parts with the goods, and then the other party gets the money when you are in receipt of goods. So that's what escrow is. So it's essentially like a holding bay for goods so that a transaction can be carried out. So it's restoring trust and simplicity to complex token ecosystems by creating a multi-chain token escrow platform. So why Polkadot is such a trending narrative is because it's got such incredible cross-chain compatibility. So with the bridge chain, so there's three main chains. There's bridge chain, relay chain, parachain. Parachain is for speed. Bridge chain is for connecting with other ecosystems. And it's run, and Polkadot projects tend to run on Substrate, which is essentially their own blockchain. And they've got all of these necessary bridges or links with these other chains, right? So you can use a parachain on their blockchain, on their substrate for scaling. And they can use a bridge chain so that they can essentially take tokens. They can send and receive tokens across chain. And therefore, you can have a multi-chain token escrow with Polkadot. So it's a completely doable. It's a completely doable process. So this is the pain: lack of trust. Blockchain is inherently secure, but the system is only as strong as its weakest link. Token unlocks and distributions are still done in a centralized way. So this is not just person to person; it's also launch pads, I imagine. So it's like so it's making sure that there's no rug pull. So they've got that They've got that escrow built into that. So they've got that pain that they're solving. Complexity. Most users can't read smart contracts. Adoption. Finding a solution. Trustless. Removes the weakest link. Places the user front and center. We aim to build seamless omni-channel digital platform with user experience at its core. Onboard enterprise partners. Enterprise focus. So they're not just going to be like retail, mass market, normal, you and me. Also enterprise. That's pretty cool. So they've got Locker, which is the actual escrow, I imagine. And then they've got Swapper, cross-chain swaps with privacy and multi-sig options. And Oracle feeds. I don't know if that's built in or if it's via partnership. Hard cap, $1 million. So that's all they're going to be accepting in terms of funds. So that means it's going to be what, $2? $2. No, wait a minute. Hundreds, $5 then. $5. $5, right? Okay. So let's look at this, right? So they got NGC and GBIC. They are two top tiers. LD is a mid tier. Why is it not? Oh yeah, right. It is very slowly. Morningstar is a low tier. Moonrock. Which one is Moonrock? Let's have a look. Yeah, Moonrock is low tier as well. Okay, so they have got two biggies. Two real biggies, actually. NGC and GBIC are two, I would say, really... they're Asian as well. They're focused on Asian markets. GBIC and NGC. And a lot of money comes out of Asia. And then they've got LD Capital and AU21. That's two mid tiers. And then they've got Morningstar and Moonrock, which are two low tiers. So 222. That's pretty amazing, to be fair. That's pretty amazing. How many people have they got in their Telegram? So this is the exact kind of one. Pay off. Only 3,000. This is super small and early, people. So maybe worth checking out how to get into this, checking out the necessary requirements of getting into this. I do think it's going to be Polka Starter, but some people may or may not have Polka Starter. Oh, look. Kickpad's gone up another 50 cents. Nice, nice. Hey, Suppo, love the new approach. Chonk looked at it. And Whale. If that's Whale Room, then that's crap. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, let's give it a chance then. Chonk was that stupid cat one, wasn't it? Those big fat cats. Too high in market cap. Not interested. And it's also 150 to 1 ratio, which is terrible. Yeah, I wouldn't bother with this crap. There he is. Don't do it, Dad. Yeah, so I mean, you know, like ones like Chonk and Shiba Inu and all that. I mean, they're utter shit, but you know, there's a difference between being, you know, feces shit and solid gold shit. You know, solid gold means it's shit, but it's also incredible. Like, it's going to do well because of whatever the value proposition is. It may just be something that's just bright and shiny. The Vault, world's first social currency backed by high-value assets. Rare and valuable DeFi, NFTs across blockchain gaming, digital art, virtual real estate. It's already 100. This is already double labs. What is the point? Crap. crap as far as entry point is concerned. Mivek, what has Mivex asked? If any super chats were missed, this is the time to ask them. Hey Suppo, where can US residents participate? They can't. They can't. I mean, it's just pure. That's just how it is. Like, you can't bypass regulations. The only way you can do it is how I mentioned earlier, which is either through a VPN or through a friend. That's the only way to do it. And just get them to do your bidding, I suppose. Suppo, thoughts on persistence? That is the one. Yeah, Angie, that is the one that's coming out on BitMax. So I think persistence has been... Because that's not out yet, is it, obviously? And that is massively well backed. So let me have a look. Persistence. So if you're on BitMax, and that I think is another need for... This is why BitMax tokens are going up, because there's just going to be more of these. But BitMax in itself is a launch pad. And there's going to be more and more of these exclusive token sales. But anyway, I believe that persistence is actually on here. Even though it's not. Even though it hasn't got any price data, obviously. So it's Cosmos. It's a Cosmos DApp, I imagine. Oh no, it's not actually. It's like its own DeFi ecosystem, but it's from the Cosmos blockchain. So this has got AU21, Alameda. That's two mids. It's got Arrington XRP. That's its big 8 VC. So it's got one from the big. Yeah, one from the big. Two from the mids, and two from the low. So yeah, so that should do quite well. So let's have a look. Let's look more into what the actual value proposition is. This is the all-important thing, really. Dane Johns, Suppo, newbie, thank you for the £5. How do you find the market cap when not shown? Go to the Telegram group and just search circulating supply, and then you times that by. Oh yeah, I've looked at this. And then you times that by the price. That's how you get the market cap. Protocol powering next-gen financial products. So this in itself is a DApp infrastructure. It's a DApp, so smart contracts infrastructure focused on financial products, next generation. So enabling users to interact with both traditional and digital assets. NFTs, proof of stake, so obviously that's for yield. What are we building? Comdex, commodities, beauty, audit staking as a service. That's awesome. Liquid staking, so that's basically a way of staking but remaining liquid, so you haven't got your funds tied up. So, you know, like for instance with Linear, like your funds are tied up with that. And then you generate the LUSD and what have you, but you are not liquid, right? So liquid staking is essentially creating like a replica, like a mirrored version of what you're staking, and staking that so that you remain liquid. So it's a really good concept when it comes to staking. It allows you to not be locked up, essentially. It allows you to still make money freely. NFT marketplace framework and debt financing. Oh, it's got them here. Oh, they've got 3 commas. Oh, shit. So they've got even more. So they've got 2 bigs. 1, 2, They had another one, didn't they? AU21. Alameda. That's not on here, is it? So anyway, these are the two bigs. And then 3 commas, AU21 Alameda. Then Spark, Woodstock, and Delta Hub, which is also not there. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna see if we can unlock how to get on this. Hey Sue, when you say sell from 20x, do you mean by the end of the bull run or in a couple of years? By end of the bull run, I would say. Like over the next couple of years, I would imagine it could exceed that. Super. What are the VCs in PlotX? They got good ones actually. Okay. Here we are. Upcoming auction for persistence. So as you know, they did this for Oxygen, and Oxygen 30x'd out of the blocks. 30x'd out of the blocks. So if you... So this is going to lead to... Let me have a look. Primary listing, under the trading pair, yada, yada, yada. Deposit on March, blah, blah, blah. How to participate in the auction. To celebrate the listing, we will conduct 2 separate auctions on March 31st from 1 PM. A total of 1 million will be auctioned between a standard auction with 750 and an uncapped auction of 250. There'll be 750 winners of 1,000 in the standard, 250 winners of 1,000 in the uncapped. Both auctions will be conducted simultaneously. But how do you do it then? Oh, here's the terms and conditions. Send users with a trading 5-day average. Okay, so you have to have a certain amount of Bitmax or a trading 20-day trade volume of 30,000 USD. So that I should be able to do that quite easily. Starting bids 400 USD. Yeah. So if essentially, I'm not going to go through all of it, but you can see that there are certain prerequisites, and there's not so much you can get, like 1,000 essentially. Yeah, 1,000. It's not great, but it's pretty amazing. So yeah, so try to get at auction is what I would say. Yeah, Plasma Pay IDO. We've talked about that. Sensorium, Ready Player One AR VR blockchain, virtual reality concerts with David Guetta, Jay-Z, Black Coffee. Okay, let's have a look at that then. Sensorium. I just don't believe all that shit with like Jay-Z and all that, but you know, some of these are just big marketing campaigns that the cryptocurrency has to spend a fortune on, and in the end, it ends up diving like a mother effer, basically. Oh yeah, by the way, somebody asked for PlotX VCs, so let me have a look. PlotX. It might actually say. Let me have a look and see if it says it on the website itself. Oops. Oops. There we are. Let's have a look. Paime. Let's see if this is a good suggestion. Right. Do they have it somewhere on this page? Box mining! Right, okay, so they have got TRG, 3 commas, NGC, Genesis block. So they have got 1 low, 1 mid, 2 mids, and 1 big. And they have got great partnerships at Polygon Chainlink and Anchor. it's like, as far as I'm concerned, this should move, right? It's got all the it's predictions, and it's got whale investors. Why isn't it moved? It will at some point, I imagine. You know, it's DeFi, and everything DeFi right now is absolutely dying. But it will make a comeback. We'll get to come back. I don't think you gave Chonk a chance because of the fat meme cat, but it's far from that. Check out the quality of NFTs. Okay, Seamus. Will do. And thank you very much for the €10. And I better be going very, very shortly. Chonk. I just hate these launchpad things. These Binance Smart Chain AMM things. They're just really irritating. 76. What's the point? And look, it's not even got a secure. Yeah, that's dead now, essentially. Have you looked at ramp or chain? Yes. What ramp? As in ramp. Yes, I have looked at ramp. Ramp's was one of my DeFi hot DeFi picks. Have you looked at EWT? Yes, it's one of my god tiers. Okay, so I think we have come to the end. Oh, do you see Ella coming back strong? If that's Elastos, no, I don't really. I see it maybe coming back reminiscently, like Pundy and shit like that. But this will never go back to what it was. Like, it's just a pure reminiscent pump. You know, it's like going to an ex that you used to love screwing and screwing it once again. It's just, that's all it is. It's like nothing. It's this shit. It's dead. Move on to the new. Elastos dead, died years ago. Right, I think that is it. No more. Oh, do you think $100 sell frame is possible? Yeah, I do think that's possible. Yes, I do think it's possible as long as they keep on increasing. You know, as long as they keep increasing the value of the ecosystem itself. You know, they can't just sit there static and not do anything. They've got to do all of the things that that a potential Ethereum or Cardano or Polka starter beta does. Deliver great technology, fantastic marketing. Those are the things that they really need to do. Stay active and keep the money flowing in. If that keeps happening, then over the course of time, it's going to do very well. Right. Okay. No, we're not here today. Hi, people. Hi. They're all silent today because they didn't know they were being turned on. They're all synths, basically, like from humans. Right, people. Thank you very much for joining today. I hope that you got a lot out of this video. Honestly, I hope that it gives you the education that you need to be rich in this game, and the opportunities now. You know, go for it, people. Go for it with vigor. Anyway, people, the body of coins. Amen. The blood of the weak hands. Amen. Go forth. Enjoy. I shall see you next time. It is lights out, all out.